God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You know, the greatest thing I have found about being in my recovery is I finally have figured out who Ken is. I used to do anything and everything I could to alter my existence. I didn't like who I was. I didn't want to be who I was. So I used drugs and alcohol as a crutch to try to change everything about me, man. The way I talked, the way I acted, my self-esteem, my friends, places I hung out. But it took me losing control of my life to be able to gain control back. It took me walking in that first meeting, scared, alone, broken, and just sitting there for an hour, still, ears open, eyes wide open, just looking around, watching, and seeing people have the type of relationships with friends and couples interacting the way that I wanted to interact. And they were doing it clean and sober. Because I had never ever been like that. So you know, I fast forward to now, 16 months. Clean and sober. And I'm now leading the life I'm very proud of. A life that I had pictured in my mind all along. Now don't get me wrong, guys. I had not figured out this thing called life. I just figured out who Ken is and what it takes to make Ken happy. But I get blessed every day. I mean, every day, man. My higher power blesses me with something else new, something else fresh, something else that makes me just stand back a minute and just smile and go, man, why didn't I get this years ago? Because you see, the people who want to be in your life are going to make time for you. They're going to accept you. They're going to let you know that you're important to them. I mean, my best friend lives 20 hours away on a plane. You got to take a 20-hour flight to get to Australia. But last night, just spending like, I guess it was 20, 25 minutes we spent on Skype just talking about everything, man. I mean, we just talk about everything. It's like, I mean, we haven't seen each other, you know, face to face since she was here a couple weeks ago. But that's how you know that your friendship is true And that bond is there because we just pick right back up. And you can hear the love and the caring for each other when you speak. When I was using and drinking every day, I barked just about everything I said. I didn't know how to be kind. I didn't know how to close my mouth and open my ears and listen to what others were saying. But now I know that that's one of the greatest gifts that you can possibly teach yourself, is just to listen and then respond in a positive, kind way. Don't use your words to harm someone. Use someone to help someone. But going back to that first meeting, man, I walked into on January 23rd, 2011. I look back, man, and I remember the feelings that was going through my stomach, the thoughts that were running through my mind, that I had heard about this thing called recovery. I'd heard about these meetings from Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, but I thought it was like crazy people that went to these things. But when I walked in, I wasn't sitting there for a minute, and some guy approached me, man. We just started talking. And then, like I said, I just looked around, and I saw all the friendship, the love, the compassion for another human being, the empathy that poured out. That's what I wanted. I kept saying to myself, I want that so bad. How do I get it? You know how you get it, guys? You keep going back. You keep going to meetings. You keep sticking your hand out and saying, hi, my name's Ken. I'm an alcoholic and an addict. Because if you're ashamed of what you are, you're never going to grow. You have to accept yourself for all your faults, as well as everything that you do well. It's then, and only then, that you will start growing and maturing and understanding your place in life. I'm no expert, guys. I just speak from my heart, and I speak from what I've learned from my experiences. You guys have a blessed evening. Remember to hug your kids. Be as kind as you can to everybody. And don't ever change who you are. Be yourself 24/7. Peace and love to you all. Peace and love.